Well, good. Well, here we are at the witching hour, so let's get started. Let's do self-introductions and Richard will be coming in, but in the meantime, let's introduce ourselves. And I think what would be good is to hear a little bit about what is who you are, how you define yourself. But then, is there some particular story that's happening right now? I'm adding story. Thought you'd like that, Jeff.
Trademark, Jeff.
Yeah, no, some particular story that describes something that you're doing or working on right now. Okay, how about something like that? And I guess I'll start. I'm Doug Wilder. I've been coaching now. This is my 30th year coaching. Started in 1993. So, and it's a labor of love, something that if I won the lottery, I'd still be doing this. So, and if I had to, and I'm doing a lot of business coaching for attorneys. It's been one market, but more recently, it's been people in conflict. And so when there's somebody in conflict, so there's a bunch of stories that are happening right now, but one in particular is two people in a company were not getting along. So they asked me to come in and
imagine that.
I know.
Two people not getting along.
Yeah, no, it happens from time to time.
From time to time.
Yeah,
Very rare.
in every company, in every department, there's one person that just doesn't seem to fit, but they're usually a genius, usually very smart. And so within a month, they were getting along, not only getting along, but they were helping each other.
Oh.
And it was amazing. And so that story is repeated over and over again, and I'm having a ball with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pass it over to you, Bob.
Okay.
What's going on in your world?
Hi, nice to meet all of you. Jeff, you in person for the first time.
Nice to see you.
My name is Bob Zinzer. My company is Get in the Game. I'm a little over 13 years since I established the company, but I focus on sales coaching. Sales is a very difficult profession right now. It's a lot tougher. Doug and I were talking about before all this technology stuff back in the good old days when you had a phone that was attached somewhere, and when you called the company, you actually talked to somebody. Today, that doesn't happen so much. But I work with individuals as well as small businesses that may either be a business owner that's ready to go to the next level, or I met a gentleman one time in a reception line or a buffet line at a meeting, and we introduced each other, and I told him what I did, and he said, "I'm going to fire all my salespeople. I'm ready to do that right now." And I said, "Well, we just met, but I think that's a little drastic. Right? You got 3 salespeople and you're just going to clean house. Who's going to do it?" So that was actually my first contract, and I worked with them, and it was very successful. So, but what I'm seeing now is, I started the company, as you mentioned, Jeff, Greg, in 2008. I started it in 2010. So we were just coming out of a bad economy. So I had a lot of business. Business owners were crying, "Oh my God, the revenue's down. I don't know what's going to happen." And now at least they're telling us that we're going to enter into a bad economy once again. I'm still waiting for that. And if you listen to them long enough, you'll start believing it. But, people are nervous. And there's some people that are just getting in as a salesperson. I'm working with a gentleman now that's a marketing person who's moving into sales. He's got a pretty good head on his shoulders, but he still needs, a little bit of help in that respect. It's not the same. And then, small business owners that are looking to just get their team on the right track. So I do speaking to groups where I will, talk about a subject that they have input into. So I really, like Doug, I really love what I do. It's my baby. It's something that gets me motivated every day, because I came from corporate America, and that's not a lot of fun anymore. Downsizes, you see all the layoffs that are going on with these big companies. They just play with numbers. And I got caught twice in those numbers games. You're making too much money, goodbye. Which is ridiculous. But so that's me. And I look to work with a lot of different people. So if you hear anybody making the comments like, things are not good, I'm not sure where revenue is, let me know.
Brilliant, good. Why don't we go online and hear from some of the groups there? Jacob, how about we start with you?
All right. Hey, Doug. Hey, everyone. Happy to be back again. My name's Jacob Facito. I'm a financial planner with Life Align Financial. We just got started last month, and I've been in the financial world for about 4 years now. Over the last few years, I've met with and worked with a lot of coaches. Very interested in the program. I kind of thought to myself, how can I take both worlds and try to put them together? And I realized I can. So I work exclusively with business owners who are under 40, and I try to help them align their faith with their goals and their finances. A lot of people keep them separate, and I did for a lot of my life. And I find putting them together puts you back in harmony and alignment with yourself. And that's what I'm really trying to help my clients with right now, defining how they want to bring the two worlds together through a financial plan, and then through a goal plan. Right now, actually, I was working with a client. He's very, very strong in his faith, but when he goes into work, into the office, it's a little bit harder because he thinks he has to be in a business mindset. He doesn't think both worlds can work together. Through my time going through life work leadership, it's very obvious that they should go in alignment together. And he knows when he does things in alignment with his faith and his business, he just feels much better. He doesn't think that the profit might not be the same, but even if it's a little bit less, he feels much more in alignment with himself. And at the end of the day, he's much happier. And hopefully he'll realize that he won't really lose anything, but he'll actually gain a lot more in the long run.
That's brilliant. I love that alignment. Thank you, Jacob. William, let's hear from you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is William. I started actually coaching 25 years ago. I coached personal finance while I was in the Navy. I loved it. It always amazed me how little people understood personal finance. When I retired from the Navy, I started actually coaching health and fitness. It's amazing how two similar, it's both mentality based. So there was a lot of similarities between fitness and finance. About 2020, when the world was shutting down, I started coaching fitness businesses because fitness businesses were having a pivot from a brick and mortar and looking for solutions to online. So a lot of people were able to actually change up the services they were providing. So I worked with a lot of fitness businesses doing that. And as of the last year, I kind of expanded a little bit to more service-based industries, basically small businesses. A lot of commonality of the problems that I'm seeing. People burn out because they don't understand how to manage their time, lack of cash flow because they don't understand how to actually even set up cash flow. Lots of employee issues because they don't know how to set up systems. And some of them, they don't understand a profit first mentality, so they don't even pay themselves. A cool little story. I've worked with a massage therapist for the last year and a half. And she's one of those people that just had the scarcity mindset. She was always afraid to take the next step. Like, Debbie, you need to raise your rates. Your rates are too low. Well, I'll lose members, or I'll lose customers that way. And I'd actually have to break it down to a math problem. Say, you can lose this many people and still make more money, work less hours. Life will be fine. She also worked 7 days a week, and she never had time to spend with her husband. That was the next goal, was to get her to actually quit a part-time job that she was actually making 3 times less money than she was in her business, but it was stable. I was like, well, how many days a week do you need? How many hours do you need to work before your business feels stable to you? Because she was already working a ton. So that was a big thing for her to actually put in her notice to quit. And it was a math problem. It all comes down to math. I'm an engineer. I was an engineer. I got my engineering degree before I went back to school for physical therapy and all that good stuff. But I like numbers, and I like kicking the emotion out, the emotion out of everything, and just showing numbers and letting people make decisions with that.
Love it. Good. Now, what you can't measure, you can't control.
So is that 4 or 5 careers?
Well, if you count, I was Navy, I was an engineer. I own a fitness business. I own a business coaching business. So I like to stay busy. I'm actually dabbling in real estate now too. So it's all fun.
In your spare time. I love it. I love it. Great. Thanks, William. Selena.
Hello, everyone. How you guys are doing? I am certified master financial coach, Selena G. I am a author of 4 books, The Ultimate Guide and Tips Towards Financial Freedom. I also self-published a 12-month financial calendar for my clients and for who needs to be able to write down and keep up with their finances. I have a podcast. Basically do one-on-one coaching, workshops throughout state of Florida board, and motivational speaker as well.
Wow, that's a lot. Do you have a story?
I do have a story. Basically, I worked for JP Morgan Chase for 15 years, and that's where I gained a passion to help those who I was seeing that was struggling to pay their mortgages, especially in 2008 when we had that huge crash where people were losing their homes. At that point, I discovered that I wanted to help as many people as I can reach financial freedom. The name of my company is the 800 Plus Financial Freedom Club, and just trying to help people set the foundation for their finances, but also helping them increase their credit scores, if all possible, to the 800 Club, which I have been in for almost 10 years now.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Selena.
Thank you.
Okay, Alana was.
Turning, it doesn't want to go. Okay. Let me get this. Yeah. Okay. Blurry, but it'll settle in just a sec. Whoa, no, not that. I hate it. Okay. I don't know why it's still blurry, but maybe
We
Well,
can see you.
okay, as long as you can see me.
We can see you.
I can see like 2 versions of me, so it's a lot.
Yes, you're good.
Thank you. I'm Doug's marketing manager, and so I'm not exactly a coach. I'm assistant coach maybe. And lately I've been learning more about networking from Doug, going to a lot of events. He has the Jacksonville Business Professionals, the Jacksonville Lawyers Roundtable. So we went to a Clay County Law Day last week, a Jack's Chamber event the week before. So I'm sort of getting out into the world and learning more always. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a story?
a story. What's the story supposed to be? I think I missed the just about
What you're seeing out there.
Mm.
Yeah. there you go.
well, I'm writing this book with Doug. Okay, that's yeah, I will say 2 cool projects that I'm doing. One of them is helping kind of ghostwrite or work with Doug on a de-stress book. And it includes anecdotes, life stories, and helpful practical tips. So that's one project. And then I work also, he contracts me out to the HR consultant here. So I work for him and just did a May infographic on mental health awareness in the workplace because it's May Mental Health Awareness Month. So I get a lot of neat projects. Okay, Heidi, camera's on.
All right, Heidi.
Hey everybody, I am Heidi Aderman, and a long while ago, I was determined to find a way to have time for everything that I wanted to do because I'm a rock star. And then there was like a full-time job, and then there's like keeping the house clean and all like that life stuff you have to do. So I didn't want to be trapped in this day-to-day everything. So how was I going to change that? And I realized it came down to habits. If I wanted more control of my time, where was most of it going? So automatically I was just wasting a whole bunch of time and didn't even realize it till I slowed down and looked at how I was spending my time. So then I turned that into a game because I wanted to stick to certain things and to those certain habits that were going to help me have time to do everything that I wanted to do. And I did that for a while, and that worked really well for me. So in 2020, when I became a coach, I was trying to figure out where I was going to go. I realized the power of gamification, and so I took my game to a higher level. And actually, my first game player is right here next to me. And thanks to Jeff, like he really helped me see the power of that game and pursue it. So I beta tested it for 2 years, and during that time, I was also interviewing people and trying to figure out like which habits really should be in this game.